Hey, it's Matt on Comics, and this is my overview of Alan Moore's work, The Courtyard, Neonomicon, and Providence. These books all stem from a love of H.P. Lovecraft's work, if not so much the actual person, and the whole kind of Cthulhu mythos, and it delves into his short stories in so many areas. It's unreal. We all know Alan Moore. He's a wizard, kind of warlock, writer. Um, Tends to come into things when he needs money, and he's always got an opening at Avatar Comics. And it doesn't really matter the reason is behind his writing, and to be honest, I think it's more of a joke, an in-joke, where he says, I had to meet some bills, I had to pay some taxes, so I wrote a comic. And I think he really wants to get these stories out there, and he really wants to highlight his own reworking of the whole Cthulhu cult and entity, the church built around it, going into it in a different way. Instead of starting off with like a Courtyard, Neonomicon, Providence, I'm going to start with Providence, which predates the Courtyard and Neonomicon. Providence basically goes back into the original short stories of H.P. Lovecraft and works with them and runs them in parallel kind of ways. There's a lot of resonance in there involving the Red Hook area and stuff that appears in the previous comics, and going towards is clear interest in Lovecraft's works and the detachment of the person and the works they create. Is Alan Moore's doing it so well, and slightly tongue-in-cheek. It's H.P. Lovecraft kind of Semite, and he's been criticised for being quite racist and quite a stodgy character. And Alan Moore's character in Providence is Jewish, gay, and has he's a humanitarian kind of thing, where he sees people for people, not colour, their beliefs and everything. He's a humanist. I should have said humanitarian, is a bit different. He's a humanist. And it's a real nice, fuck you to Lovecraft and his own personal beliefs. And it just shows you can separate the work from the person, I think, because Alan Moore knows the work that Lovecraft did has got substance and has got depth, and it's got a lot of the area to work with, and he's completely ignored him for the person he is, and just working with the stories and the cult around it, and using the work at its own level, and having a bit of fun, poking a bit of fun at the actual man himself is quite good. But these stories and the way they're put together, and the distance is lovely. Sometimes you're reading it and you feel really quite detached, and you're looking at these happenings from a quite clinical area. Then it just throws you into a situation of either utter terror or despair, or it's it encapsulates the moment and just really brings you into it, and it's amazing. And the Providence books, I'm only up to the 2 at the moment. I think the third one's just come out. So I'm right there with it and loving it. It's really good, and it's looking into how it started. Well, it's looking at the building blocks of what came about in Courtyard and Neonomicon, and it's really good. I'm not going to go into a huge amount of detail because I think it's something that needs to just be read. It's horror, it's suspense, it's brilliant, and it's taken away from the cheesiness that's gone into horror recently in film and in some books. It's really worth picking up. And with the Courtyard, where you got a person investigating links, and he's a very intelligent person. I think that's his downfall. He's hugely intelligent and kind of open. He's like an antenna for picking things up, and he gets involved in this music scene and trying to get to the bottom of things. And of course, he just goes down the rabbit hole. It's a total Alice situation, and it's the way it keeps in, the way it works. Everything from Jason Burrows' artwork, the framing of it, and you don't know whether the areas are real or not, and you don't know where the lines are. It's wonderful work. It's just messing with time, space, and consciousness. Is out of this world. And it's right on the edge, you're looking at, it goes more into it in Neonomicon with basically the footsteps to man's destruction and the creation of perhaps not the old gods, but new gods. And how time is so relative, it's amazing. And the stuff that's going on now with Stephen Hawking and saying about black holes, you go through them, you could end up on a two-dimensional hologram. You might not be destroyed, you might end up in an alternate universe, just two-dimensionals and hologrammatic, which there's theories that we are holograms, and it's crazy. There's absolutely crazy kind of things that are coming out, and our own perception of time and space is, again, it's just been challenged, and these books challenge that. They challenge our perceptions, and it's cerebral, it's entertaining, and artwork-wise, it's beautiful. They work so well together. It's just, I'm not doing any spoilers. I'm just trying to give an overview, really, just on why you should be reading this, and you should. If you're entertained by horror or the suspense or even just the interesting kind of theories it throws up, these books are very, they're on the edge insofar as sexual content, violence. It is very edge stuff, and we all know Avatar comics is very, it's adult themed. Nearly every single thing is adult themed to them, down to the Crossed and Anuba and all those, very controversial. And the way this is just so, it's amazing. And the Aldo Sachs, the main guy from the Courtyard, is just outstanding. It is, and it just goes past there, and then the Order of the Dragon, and it's just, if you like this, you like it, and just give it a go. If you want to be challenged, buy a read, give it a go, and reread it, because you'll pick up things second and third times through. It's worth it. And I've rambled on enough about this. Please, pick up this, and just, it's got murder, it's got intrigue, it's got cults, it's got madness, it's everything. So pick it up. Thanks for listening to my nonsense, and I hope it's proved helpful in pushing you towards perhaps giving them a go. But yeah, please do. Anyway, have a nice evening, and boy.